Sometimes it gets real cartoony.
Mm-hmm.
How can they check themselves better to say that this, what I'm doing, my gimmick is not just a cartoon, but something people are going to believe in and buy tickets to see?
I think the best way to do that is to say, if I was in a real life situation on the outside looking in at that character, would that character really do that? You know, like, I'll use Dante, Champion, as example. When Dante's music hits, and when he comes out and he talks and everything, I believe that character. And I believe if I were, you know, in a audience, or if I was at a place with him and he were to really do that, I would say, okay, I could really see somebody that's that character doing that, because it's not overly done. You know, so my advice, because when I've been asked that before, is if I'm on the outside looking in, would I believe what that character just did? You know, and is it something that, you know, is it something I would see in a movie, or is it something I would see in a documentary? You know, explaining that person's life. So I hope this happens. I hope this doesn't happen to any of you guys. But if we're watching a movie about somebody who went to jail, you know, and in the movie, you know, he walks up on a guy and just snaps his neck, I want to be like, you can't really snap somebody's neck like that. But if he's like, well, you know, I saw the guy and I, you know, had him in a choke and I didn't know it was hard enough and I broke his neck. That's the difference, you know. So now it's not as cartoony. Sure. It's more believable. So that's what I say for that.
Yeah.
Couldn't fly high, psych, nah, they never fell off. Only skydive, the whack perspective of mystery. I spy, whack styles get rocked and washed to the stars. High tide, bluff under breaths, you sidelines. You get it a clue, I murder him with a colored shirt from the 60s. Tie-dye, some label me a pompous bastard, while many view my code of conduct in a casket. I don't understand it, couldn't be blinded any clearer as the hate for me. Or are they looking through their dirty mirror? They got me bored with thinking the night is taking a L last. They ain't the fighting hours, they should pray. They hear the bell fast, or demise will leave their will alone. I tell them, say it with your chest, but it's probably made out of silicone. Boom. Yeah.
A lot of tragedies and stuff that's happened in the last couple months. You know, I got a chance to start helping at MCW, Maryland Championship Wrestling. Kind of like, I don't know if you want to use the term coach, but yeah, like kind of like coaching, helping with their promo and character development classes, with their lead coach, Nat. And they've always been so warm to me. Dan McDevitt, the whole crew, you know, Bruiser, Dean, they've always been very, very open. And I just remember I was like, man, I'd love to come and talk to your students one day. And they're like, come on down. And for the last couple months, I'm there every Tuesday. And it's been such a release for me. And I love character development. To me, I think that's my specialty.
Well, you come into wrestling and you're never sure really what you're going to get. There's a lot of different schools. But Blake really adds a lot of value to MCW. And has been one of my favorite teachers while I've been here, in the ring or out of the ring. I think I have a natural way of talking, but I didn't have all the pieces put together. And Blake really helps you zero in what you can do better and what you also shouldn't do at the same time. He gives very encouraging feedback and very direct feedback, which is also very helpful. You don't get that a lot of times. You get, oh, you should do this, but it's not as direct feedback as you really need. He's helped me along the way with several things. He's pushed me to work on babyface. He's pushed me to work on heel. He's pushed me to not stay in the same cyclical promo over and over, because it can kind of get that way. And I felt like I was just throwing out the same catchphrases over and over, and he really taught me how to tell a story and expound upon things and really sell a match. And that's what I'm here to do as somebody that's a manager trainee, is to sell a match and to get butts in seats. And he's great at it. I couldn't ask for a better teacher.
I just wanted to take the chance to come down here and definitely talk to a lot of people that's up and coming or just getting into the groove of things. Definitely about your character and your brand and the art of cutting a promo. I love building from the ground up and helping people with their promos and helping people just really sit back and learn their character and seeing it start from the ground up and where it can progress in the years to come. That's the stuff I love. And having such a great school to be able to give my knowledge that I've learned to the new up-and-comers coming up, it's something that that brings me a lot of joy, and it rejuvenates me, and it lets me remember you were blessed with a lot of talents, and now you get to showcase it.
I had an opportunity to go to a lot of these classes and these promo classes with Blake. And one of the things I can appreciate is the time and the dedication he does for these kids. And I say kids as in kids in the business, not children. Taking the opportunity to look at a wrestler, a lot of times you're looking at a shell because they know they want to wrestle, but they don't know what they want to do. Now, I've never tried to become a wrestler, so I don't know how much I would be successful at it, but we all knew when we fell in love with the business and if we decided that we wanted to wrestle, we knew what we want to accomplish, but sometimes getting there is the hard part. I watched Blake sit there with wrestlers and help them with their characters, helping them with promos. And not only him helping them, but bringing in veterans like a Greg Excellent to help them go over the promos. And this is all free classes. You got to pay elsewhere to get this type of information. And I don't want to hear about, oh, he's just a photographer, or he's just a backstage producer. Look, do anybody realize that Phil Jackson has won 11 championships? But he wasn't the greatest basketball player on the team by any means. And Coach Bill Belichick never played football, but when he was a child, he was coaching. He was learning how to coach. And to me, he's the greatest football coach of all time. Now, it does help that Blake is a Patriots fan, but I would say he's the Bill Belichick of professional wrestling.
He's a great guy, genuine. We've only known each other for about, I would say, 3 or 4 months here at MCW. And he's helped me break through these barriers mentally for this new character I'm doing, Kyler K. He just allowed me to break down these false beliefs that I had about myself, instill the confidence of me. He's allowed me to really immerse myself into promo work and being this character. I can't thank him enough. I always tell my friends, I met this great guy, Blake, and he told me that I'm not stuck. I'm not what I thought I was. And because of him, I feel more confident with my character. I feel that I'm taking it to the next level. And every time I see him every Tuesday for promo class, he just puts more confidence in me. I can't really thank him enough. He means a lot to me, even though we don't know each other that well, and we're still kind of new in our friendship. But yeah, he's a gem. He's a gem in pro wrestling.
I've been working with Blake for about 1.5 years now, and he is an absolute pleasure to work with. He's so professional, he's so encouraging. This business can be a little selfish, and Blake is always so selfless. He's always helping others. He looks out for you, and I've seen him helping other wrestling students develop their skills and grow, and that's what he really truly wants for everyone, to grow. And he always is giving great advice, and he's helped me a lot as someone that's new to the wrestling industry, so I love working with Blake.
I mean, I can't really say enough about the guy. He's one of the first guys you kind of meet when you come to promo class, and from day one, you can see that he's just a genuine person. So for me, the things that I've been through, very relatable. Whether it's wrestling, whether it's life, whether it's work, or just advice, having a tough day, you can go to him, and has an open ear. He gives you his honest opinion, and he's just there for you. Not just wrestling, like he's helped me a lot coming out of my shell. When I first got here, I wasn't the most open, but he's really helped me like find those like relatable aspects and like really come out of my shell, really try to find who I am as not only a wrestler, but as a person. And that's wrestling. But outside of wrestling, outside of here, he's just a great person in general. Like dealing with injuries, dealing with like family issues. He's that person that hits you up every couple of days to make sure you're just doing okay. Even though like he has his own thing going on, he still hits you up. He still wants to make sure that you're okay. And it's just a testament to how good a person that he is. And he's smart too. Like he's a very, very intelligent person the way he speaks. Like I said, I just can't say enough about the guy. It's been great. It's been great talking to him. It's great to have him as a mentor and have him as a teacher, but it's even better to have him as a friend.
I think the importance of psychology, presentation, and storytelling to make everything make sense is something that I always teach. Whether you're new to the business or whether it's something that you just want to get reacquainted with because you're redoing a character or anything. They're the three main things that I always want to make sure that people understand and I want them to take with them. And, I think that with those three things and you building that into your character and your storytelling in the ring, that's what's going to make a superstar, and that's what's going to make you take you to the next level. So that's something that I'm always happy with.
I feel like Blake would be perfect for any company, whether it be big, small. He can adapt to any situation. He's very easy to work with. He's always done what he's asked to do by promoters, other people, colleagues. He's never had a problem. He's very smart, very intelligent, knows a lot of the ins and outs of the business, studies up on stuff. I always see in wrestling a lot of people, even bigger names that aren't very well educated with history of wrestling and what's in the best interest for the company. And I feel like he is the complete opposite of that. I feel like he's very well educated and he can actually teach a lot of younger talent and up and comers a lot of history in wrestling and what's the right and the wrong.
There's people that are out there that can teach you how to be the stuntman. Then there's people that can teach you how to be the actor. Blake is great at teaching you how to be the actor. I can teach you to be the stuntman all day. I'm not so good at teaching the other, part of the business. But him, he's got it all day. Like he knows how to teach that part of the business, and he knows how to make you look good. Like outside the ring. I know how to make you look good inside the ring. So it's a very two different pieces of the business. Is the way I always look at it.
So I dare the two of you to try to sneak up on me. You will obey the whistle when it's all over. And when Jake comes back, it's gonna get even worse for the two of you. I'll see you next week.
Perfect. If we'd have never said any of that stuff about angry promos and all that, would you have cut that same promo?
Probably similar. I especially if it's about, because he's real family,
Yeah.
so I can get to that
Yeah.
level. I'm a pretty angry guy in
Yeah.
general.
Sure is. Yeah.
The first time I seen Blake give direction, we was getting ready for the RCW Reloaded show, and he had a wrestler run the ropes. And I'm sitting there just like, okay, they just put together the ring, so maybe he's having them test it. And he said, do it again. Do it again. He would reveal to me in the car, he said, the wrestler used to run the ropes the wrong way. When he did this, he was checking to see if they were applying the new knowledge that Blake and some of his peers had taught him. He said he passed with flying colors. But it was little stuff like that, making sure they're running the ropes properly, making sure they're hitting their times. And then when it's game day, show days, he's serious. He's about business.
I think I look at like the indies like school. You know, you start with, well, you don't start with, but it's like high school, college, law school. So while you're in high school, yes, it's fun, and that's just how the indies is. You're going to have your good and your bad and everything, but you're also getting ready to develop yourself for college, and then in college, you're getting ready to develop yourself for law school. And that's how I look at things. So helping somebody develop their character, I'll use the photography aspect of what I do. You know, I'm looking at this person and I'll say, all right, what is your character? Give me 3 ideas about your character. And as they're giving me that, in my mind, I'm analyzing, okay, well, if they have this pose, I can have them turn to the left. I can have them yell at the camera. I can have a chain on their shoulder for this, because this is what they're going to do. So as they're talking, I'm already analyzing the poses. So when I look at those poses, I can go back to that person and go, okay, you said you were struggling with your character, but now when you walk down to the ring, I want you to do this pose. When you're in the ring and you're a heel, I want you to look at the camera and do that pose. When you do the suplex that you wanted to do and you're setting them up for the brain buster that you're finished, after you do that, I want you to make sure that you show that elbow band that you're wearing, and now you put that on their jaw, because that's letting people know that's the finisher. That's the thing that the people are going to remember. That's the thing that's going to take your character to the next level. So now the next time we do photo shoots, you got a different armband, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, now he's got this one. What does this mean? So I use the photography and the booking and wrap it all into one thing. And I think that's the things that, once again, makes people so comfortable and makes people ask these questions. And for me, kind of separates myself from a lot of other people that's doing the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different jobs that I'm doing in the professional wrestling business. And that's what I want to do, because once again, the branding of what Bliz Photography is it's beyond photography. It is to help you brand yourself to be the best version of you. Because in the end, I want to see you go and graduate high school, graduate college, and make it to law school, with law school being whatever your dream is, whether it's WWE, ROH, New Japan, TNA, going to the UK, as long as I know that in my teaching methods and what I did to help you get ready for all different courses in the schools that you were in, you made it to your goal.
We hear a lot of the unsung heroes in every business. And I would definitely say that is Blake, especially if you look in this DMV area or just the East Coast in general. And then there's times where he's always studying. If I knew looking for like who's the next big thing in independent wrestling, I say, yo, who's next this? Who's that? I remember when we first met and he told me about Mercedes Martinez. He said, man, that's the person I can't wait to meet. And like I said, I was newer into following women's wrestling besides WWE, but this is something he had been doing. You know, he had followed Mercedes Martinez, Sarah Del Rey, who's Sarah Mato, Daisy Hayes, who's retired. He had followed them. He had worked with them. He had earned their respect. So, and this is the type of information he brings to these classes. He can relay the information because he is connected to so many people that's on the main roster, that's on the NXT roster, that's in the AEW. And he's taking his opportunity and his resources to help the next generation.